I'm back, dead listeners, and today I'm going to tell you a story about a dead guy. Shocker, right? All right, we have a dead guy. Let's call dead guy Donald. Donald is married. Donald is married to a wife. Let's call wife. The wife is a little lazy, so let's call lazy Lisa. And I'm not being cruel. This actually happened about a year and a half ago to me. Let's say that Donald died, okay, let's pick a date, long time from now. December 1st, let's say 2018. That is definitely not the date that it actually happened, but I'm just putting the date out there as an example. So Donald died December 1st, 2018. And Lisa, poor Lisa. Lisa's distraught. Lisa is sad. Lisa is also pretty sick. Lisa has been in the hospital several times. That's supposed to be a medical cross, if any of you are wondering. And Lisa's not doing well. She has a broken foot. She's got a lot going on. Anyhow, at the time that Donald passed, Lisa was still in the hospital. She was unable to get to the funeral home and make arrangements for Donald's cremation, and so she was kind of stuck, and there was a delay. Now Donald has a nice mother. We're going to call Mother Mary, okay? Mary and Lisa, they don't get along all that great. I mean, it's her daughter-in-law. It happens. We understand. Mary would like to know, hey, I know my son's died, and I'm sad too. But is anything going on? I mean, is he cremated yet? What's happening with that? She has all these questions. And we inform Mary, well, Lisa's not doing so well. Nothing's happened yet. Mary's a little bit like, oh my gosh, but my son. This is my son. I love my son. I would like him put to rest. But we explain to Mary there's nothing we can do until Lisa steps into the picture and make arrangements, because in our state and county, a legal spouse is the legal next of kin. And we hear this phrase all the time. Are you ready for it? Please don't say this when you call a funeral home. But I'm his mother! Yes, thank you for carrying him for 9 months and bearing labor and giving birth. But however, once your son marries a woman, she is the legal next of kin in our state and county. But I'm his mother. Okay, Mother, if you want to help, call Lisa. See if there's anything you can do. Then Mother starts talking about, what if I pay for this? That's another thing we hear all the time. If I pay for this, can I make the arrangements? No. It's still, you can certainly pay for it. Sure. But Lisa is still the legal authority. So here's the bad part of the story. After 2 months, yes, 2 months, we are now in February of 2019. Donald is still sitting at our care facility, rotting away, because Lisa never returns phone calls, has not come in to make arrangements. We'll do a feather pen. Okay, that's a pen for you all. She has not paid. She has not done any of this. We call her multiple times. If she's in and out of hospitals, we don't know. She sent one text message that said, sorry, I'll get to you as soon as I can. Okay. At one point, Mary called for about the upteenth time, 100 times. She calls often and says, This is ridiculous. Can I complain? Well, Mary, you can certainly file with the court and claim that Lisa has abandoned him. But Mary is all the way in another state, and I mean way across the country from where we are. So, Donald's still sitting here. Now we are into April. And finally, we tell Lisa he has been dead 6 months, Lisa. His body must be cremated. If you don't do anything, we're going to ask the county to step in and claim him as an abandoned case and get him cremated. We leave a voicemail because obviously she never answers her phone. Magically, and this happens all the time, after we leave this voicemail, Lisa calls up shocked that we would call him abandoned? Are you serious? I love my husband. So she finally applies for county approval to get him cremated. I'm happy to say he did get cremated, but that is not a happy ending to our story because I left that job at that funeral home over 6 months ago. And as I had mentioned before, this happened years ago. When I left, Donald's ashes were still sitting in the back storage room waiting for Lisa to come and pick them up. She never did. And then when Mary called to find out if she could just have half the ashes or come pick them up for Lisa, she was willing to drive several states across the country to come and get her son's ashes. Lisa said no, she doesn't get a thing. Okay, Lisa. To this day, as far as I know, Donald may still be lingering at that old funeral home. I don't know. I ended up quitting and moving somewhere else before I was able to find out. Sadly, like I said, it was over a year ago. If you're going to want somebody and claim that you love them, do them the decency of trying to take care and adult. Adulting is hard. But I mean, just driving down the street, it's not hard. His ashes are in the same town where she lives. It's not like she lives that far. Anyhow, it's just one of those weird stories. And some of these stories are going to be open-ended, guys. They're not all going to have happy endings. But I'm his mother is not a phrase you should ever say when you call a funeral home. Please, don't do it. All right, guys. If anything, I hope you've learned to take responsibility. If you're going to want somebody's ashes and insist that you have to have them, pony up and go pick them up. Otherwise, let mama do it. All right. Live your life to the fullest, everyone. Because somewhere out there, you may be sitting in a funeral home for ages on end. Who knows?